For many people, this might seem like a very big lion, metaphorically. So how do we turn it into a tame little kitty? Like, I used to skip class whenever there was a speech, and I wanted to do that so bad and speak in front of people. I would definitely skip that class. I was scared shitless. I would like hyperventilate. I would sweat. I would almost go into convulsions. I'm not kidding. It was horrible. Look at me now. That's so crazy. First of all, we need to look at exactly what it is we are afraid of. For most of us, it's the idea that we might stutter or choke, and that some people in the audience will then laugh at us, or they'll just stop listening. This is a frightening concept because it's embarrassing and could end up having negative consequences for our careers, etc. However, when you break this down, the fear is really actually unfounded. That's because most people are actually very kind and forgiving. Most people. So much so that if you were to crack under pressure, they would likely just politely wait for you to regain composure. People are compassionate, and it's very rare to be speaking to a group so cruel that they'd outright laugh at your misfortune. Now, if you're in a wrestling audience, that's completely different. Other than that, but what they would be doing is that they would be throwing one-liners, and they'd be making funny one-liners, and I think they would be trying to make a ease out of it and make a joke out of it to make you feel comfortable. And then after that on social media, they would totally attack you. So it's different in two different fields. The other reason doesn't matter is that you most likely will never have to see these people again. So why should it be an issue if you're a little embarrassed by what happens? Well, because nowadays everything's on social media and that shit's not forgiven. But again, there are more compassionate people than there are rude people. So the same goes for the kind of crippling, constant stress we have regarding our work or regarding our finances. You might find yourself constantly scared that you're not going to meet your deadlines, or that your cash will run out and you'll be evicted, or your house will be repossessed, or you might lose your car, or blah, 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 right? Can't feed your family. How likely, A, how likely this is, and B, what contingency plans could you put in place, right? So for starters, most of us can live for a while with little income. If you run out of cash, then you can probably ask your bank for a free overdraft, take out a loan, get a credit card. Likely you have these things you could sell, or you could sell things, or you could ask your parents for a small bit of cash. If that doesn't work out, then you're going to have to miss a few months of rent before you'll get thrown out. You are protected by law, by the way. What's more, there's no reason that you can't get a small part-time job to work in the evenings or at the weekends, or how about working on a business of your own in your own free time? Or you could rent out a room to a foreign student over the summer, or cut the neighbor's hair or lawn or whatever, right? So what I'm saying is there are ways, instead of just sitting on our ass expecting that the government owes you everything, right? Through this whole pandemic, there were so many jobs that needed to be fulfilled. And a lot of people just took the other road and wanted that double dipping of the damn, shit, my mind is blank. Oh, yes. Why can't I? What the hell? Anyway, I'm absolutely dumbfounded here. I can't think of it. Anyway, so yes, they got that check every freaking week. So, I just think it's crazy. I would rather go get a damn job. I did. I worked through the whole pandemic. Didn't even skip a beat. I didn't have to work. But again, I wanted to keep my mind occupied and keep myself healthy and still communicate and see the world and do things and keep some type of a structure. And it really helped a lot. So, I don't know. That's just me. I can turn shit to gold, I guess. Anyway, so in other words, there are plenty of ways you could cope, and it's relatively unlikely that any of these eventualities that would come to pass in the first place. And seeing as worrying and being stressed won't help you anyway, you might as well relax and be happy while trying your best to make sure ends keep meeting. So I know we had a rough year, and people are going to feel this probably for a while. But I have seen people apply for a job that they never thought they'd work at. And then I've seen people collect unemployment. There's that word, unemployment, I couldn't think of before. But I don't know. I don't take the easy way out. That's for sure. So there are more ways to focus up and control your mindset. There are more ways to focus up and control it. You need to control your mindset. The key thing is to recognize here is just how important it is to not only tell yourself this new reality, but also to visualize it. Remember what I told you about visualize? I'm a huge visualizing person. And visualize yourself not worrying about the finances. This is important because when we picture something, here it is, our brain acts as though it is real, literally causing the very same brain areas to light up as though that thing were really happening. So I'm not saying live in a make-believe world, but trick your mind into other mindset so your body isn't throwing you all off track and storing up cortisol and bringing in all this pain and agony to your heart and all this other stuff. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing tech to do. It takes practice. It takes practice at anything. When you visualize things going well, you can remove anxiety, and you can instead encourage the flow of positive neurotransmitters and hormones that will put you in a good mood and help you to stay calm and relaxed. It's a motivational boost. It's so crucial to really feel the emotion of what you are picturing if it's going to have a proper effect. So, and this can also work in reverse when you are trying to make yourself more psyched up, more determined, and more driven, blah, 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 blah. Like, for example, if you're trying to control your mindset in order to feel more motivated and determined, then you need to focus on why it is what you're doing, why you're doing something. So very often, the steps we need to take to get to where we want to be can seem dull and unpleasant, and it's easy just to put them off. And say you want to get into shape, okay? Waking up early in the morning to do a workout is something that most people don't exactly enjoy, and it's this all too easy to simply start skipping those workouts, right? So likewise, staying that extra half hour at work to try to work toward that amazing promotion can also seem dull, making it hard to stay committed. So the key here is to change your perception again. And how? How do we do that? By remembering the reason that you are doing something and then really focusing on it hard and making that link in your brain. Visualize it, people. It's so easy. So in this course, too, we go through, you'll love this course. Remember the emotion behind what you want to do. Remember that emotion. Why? What does it do? It makes you feel what you want to do. If it's a workout, if it's learning a cooking class, maybe it's writing that cooking book. Maybe it's starting your own child's kindergarten preschool class or something, it could be anything, right? I mean, absolutely anything. Just remember that emotion behind what you want to do. If it's working out, then this means picturing yourself looking and feeling amazing. What you're going to look like in those new spandex tight ass workout pants, and how you're going to look in that nice half bra with no muffin top hanging over your new spandex workout pants, right? So, and having the confidence to get whatever you want in life. So really picture that and feel the emotion and try to think about it just while you train. Okay? So, because it'll make you feel amazing. So this can have all the difference when it comes to having the motivation to keep going after whatever you want. So here's another tool. Here's another tool for you guys, okay? I just hear me out on this, okay? Okay, so here it is. It's called hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing. So listen here quietly. Just listen, because it's amazing. Another tool you can use to overcome fear, meanwhile, is something called hypothesis testing. This takes the basic concept of thought challenging one step further. By actually testing the thought to see if it's real and if it holds water. Are you tracking? Okay, so we're just kind of test to see if this is real. So to do this, you need to just face that fear and actually try and make it go wrong on purpose. Are you feeling me here? Afraid of speaking in public because you might stutter and get laughed at? Then hypothesis testing means actually stuttering on purpose and seeing how this goes down with your audience. 9 times out of 10, what you'll find is that no one reacts and they'll wait patiently. You've now seen firsthand the thing you were afraid of really isn't that bad. This can make all the difference to the way you feel and help you to completely eradicate those fears and concerns. I'm not kidding. It's like a reverse psychology fuck. What you need to do. And it has helped me. It's amazing. It's just crazy. And then next, we just got to focus. And finally, just another way to change your perception is just to change what you focus on. You just got to change it. Change it all. And if you have something good going on in your life and something bad, the way you feel will largely come down to which you place the most stock in and which you think about the most. That's what's going to set, first or precedence is whatever you let. This is where the gratitude attitude can come in, and it's what makes it so powerful and beneficial. Just try focusing on things that make you happy and that you're grateful for. Even writing them down at the end of the day, you'll find that this exercise alone results in a much happier and more positive you. So that's why I highly suggest, is maybe an F.I.T. bed journal is writing all of these down. That's my next goal and what I'm trying to do. And, is having a fit journal, all these things that I wrote down and how I see things in these little journals and what worked for me, it might work for you guys, So maybe if you see my journal, maybe it might help you guys. That's something maybe I need to work on in the future and sell it as and as additional with this course, because it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So, even writing them down at the end of the day, it has helped me and changed so much. It really has. And you'll find that this exercise